all you guys and gals out there in YouTuber land. This is your hippy dippy painter man coming back at you again from beautiful Key Largo, Florida. I am on here once again to show you some paintings and have some fun here. And tonight I have a special guest star. My lovely lady cat is going to be in here with me, and we're both going to do a little student versus student, if you may, because neither one of us is professionals or teachers yet. Anyway, before we get on there, there's a couple things I wanted to show you. Some of y'all out there have asked me how to make the thick Floetrol that I use in my pouring medium. And what you do is you take your regular American Floetrol and you put it in a container like this one. Now, that doesn't look very big on the screen there, but that's like a 40-ounce container. It's a thing that you put sausages in and stuff. So anyway, you put it in there like that. And then every time you walk by it for about 3 or 4 days, you give it a little stir and make sure you get the stuff off the top of it. And then after 3 or 4 days, you take and strain it and put it in back in the regular container or whatever container you want it in, and you have thick Floetrol instead of runny American Floetrol. And so that's what I do. Now, the other thing I wanted to show you is these little babies right here, the Hippy Dippy canvas stands. I made these myself. Thought about selling them, but nobody'd pay the kind of money it would take for me to do it and ship it to them. So let me tell you how I made them. From Amazon, I ordered 4-inch long, 1-inch square basswood cubes. And then I took and used regular old Elmer's and glued 2 of them together on the bottom and 1 of them on the top centered. Now, why am I using these instead of regular stands? Well, regular stands are almost all oriented like this, okay? So you got no room on the top of it to move your painting around wherever you want to move it and all that stuff. You know, you get your stuff set and you get it all level, and then you have to be real careful and make sure you set it back in exactly the same area, you know, or you're going to miss your stands. And if you pick it up to tilt it, you know, and set it back down, half the time one of your stands is inside the canvas, one is outside. Having something that's 4 inches across makes all that much easier. So there's a little tip from me to you. These are not hard to make. Get the wood wherever you want to get it. Any 1-inch square or even a 1x2 is fine to do this with. And okay, so having that done and all that, let's get right down to it and get to the painting part. All right then, through the magic of video, we're all mixed up and ready to go. Let me tell you what I'm using for colors today, folks. We're using the TLP Ballet Slipper right there. We're using the TLP Grenache right there. We're using the TLP Maraschino right there. We're using the TLP Velvet right there. And I am using Liquitex Studios Primary Magenta for my tube paint. Now, this is going to be my activator today, and Kathy has said she might do the same. We're not sure. And this is a mixture. It's an all-American mixture. It's red, white, and blue. This is red, white, and blue, the primary colors in Amsterdam paints. That's what our cell activator is today. And as I learned from my good buddy Venom, if you can see, I don't know if you can see that or not, try it over here. Can you see those? Can you see those, the foam on that? If it looks like you're going to get cells on your stick, you're probably going to get cells. That's what he's saying anyway. I'll put my stick to the side. Oh, and by the way, I'm doing a center swipe today, in case you was wondering. Put that to the side, and that to the side, that to the side, that to the side, and that to the side, and my activator to the side. Now, this over here is 3 parts Color to Go house paint to 1 part Floetrol. Because here in Florida, or where I am in Florida anyway, not necessarily where everybody else is, it's just a little bit too thick to work with. Now this is about perfect if you ask me. So I'm going to use that as my base paint. cat off and drop it in my little waste bucket over here that you can't see. And I'm going to put a little of this on there. I got to move this over there so I got more room. By the way, these boards, these are what we're pouring on today, is 16 round wooden panels. They are 1/2 inch thick, which looks like that. I just picked it up off of this is why these things work so well. I just picked that up off of my Hippy Dippy canvas stands, and you see, no problem. Even though they stuck to it, I can put it back down any way I want to. All right, let's put some of it on here in the center. There we go. And we're gonna lean her a bit this way. Get this on here too. Okay, we're gonna lean her a little bit this way. And over that way a little bit. And then we're gonna go back the other way a little bit. That's nice and thin. It ain't thicked up like it is on the other ones. I hope I still get the same results with the cells. We will see. But my problem with it thick was that we had massive crazing. And I mean, we tried everything. We used the GAC, which, by the way, I have GAC in all my colors. We used GAC. We used Josanya. We used just about everything to try and keep from getting that cracking, and we just kept getting it. After I said gotten it, I did. Anyway, I'm going to try and get this to go to the edge all the way around here. Now, you may or may not, I don't know what you can see in that camera, you may or may not see these paints that are in front of my hand now. That is the Lady Cat's paints. She has already mixed hers up for her go, because like I said, this is a duo pour here. So we're going to get rid of that way. I may end up having to put a little more paint on here. It worked over here when I tried to pull it towards me, but it's get it to the edge, but it doesn't seem to be working over there, and that's probably just my own clumsiness. You know, it's a different angle over there, and it doesn't want to do what I tell it to. Here. Just like when you do your swipe, you have to make sure you're in a comfortable way of doing it, because if you're not, it's almost impossible to give it a light touch. And when you're doing a swipe, once again, I'm no expert. When I'm doing a swipe, I want to make sure that I do it extremely gentle, that I just let it float over the top, and that I do it slow. You don't want to get impatient. You don't want to go across and go whoosh, because that will cause it to be uneven or to just plain be messed up. All right. That's all I'm doing for now with that. Turn this, put this over there where it belongs. Use one of my little papio towels here. That's good, just dunk it right in your pants on. And I'm gonna wipe this off. I wipe my tools as I go, folks. I know it makes for a little bit longer video sometimes, but I wipe it as I go simply because it's easier. It doesn't mess up when you do that. All right, I've already got some paint on me, no doubt. But I'm gonna go ahead and put on my gloves before I start messing with this, so I don't get completely covered in paint. Some people don't care. Some people are just mud pie makers. Myself, I like to put some gloves on. So let's go ahead and slide them bad boys on right quick. I normally do it before I make a mess. This time I waited. Why, I can't tell you. All right. Hey, by the way, if you're new to my channel, please subscribe. Hit that little subscribe button. And if you like what you see here, hit the like button. And that way, I will get to keep on doing this. You know, I'm brand new at this, and I'm not going to be able to do as much content as some people do, maybe, because I have my own problems. But hopefully I can. And I need all the support I can get. So please, 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 like and subscribe. All right, I'm going to start with my primary magenta from Liquitex. Do this first. I'm going to be doing this double, y'all, because I'm going to be swiping up and swiping down. So I'll put a little bit of this right here, a little bit off the center. And we're going to put some right here. I'm going to put some right here again because I didn't quite get as much magenta as I wanted right here. So, all right, there we go. I'm going to save the rest of that in case I want it later. Set it to the side. All right, now let's do, what do we want to do next? I'm going to do some of this color here, which is, I'm not sure anymore. This is Grenache, I'm sorry. Now these colors, this is, you don't have to adjust your television set. These, or your cell phone, but these colors are looking a little bit muted, okay? The reason for that is the Floetrol. Floetrol does give you a little bit of mutiness, but it dries clear for the most part. So these dull colors, most people, you see Grenache, you see this bright red, it's, ooh, that's awesome, Well, it don't look that way now, but it will. All right, let's go ahead and put some velvet on top of that. Hold on. Got to get my stick out there and get it cleaned up. Let's put some piggy velvet on that. Oops, a little bit much on that side. And there we go. I'll wipe off the side of that. Set it over yonder. And let's put some maraschino on top of that there. I'm going to zigzag my maraschino a little bit. Go. That's maraschino. And last but certainly not least, we're going to put some, what do I have, ballet slippers, is that what this is? My memory is decidedly shorter than my pinky. Those y'all that know what I'm talking about. So I can't remember nothing. I asked Mama Cat all of it. Oh, I forgot. She told me don't call her Mama Cat no more. So I asked my lovely wife Cat about that. About what color is what. So let's do this the opposite direction. Ziggy-zaggy a little bit opposite. There we go. All right. Now, I'm gonna need, probably gonna need 2 of these. Let me see here. Yeah, I'm gonna need 4. All right, so I'm gonna use a paper towel to swipe with. You can use paper towels, credit cards, whatever you want. No, I'm not gonna do it that way. Wait. I changed my mind. I don't know what I'm thinking. I'm gonna do it in small swipes because I want it to be several small swipes per side. So we're gonna cut these up into hopefully same size pieces. Got one there, and we'll get us another one. I think my eyes are right. I think I can get 4 out of this. We will see. I'm not sure if you can see me cutting this or not. I think you can. I'm sorry for the quality of my video, guys. I have a wonderful camera that is coming so that I can get some little bit better quality on my videos. But I bought one that I thought was a really good one, and I tried to do some content with it the other day, and what happened was that didn't work out. The camera stopped on me all the time. Can you cut me some more of that size, darling? Just a bunch of them. I will need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna say 6 per side. I have 2 here. Now, the trick to this is, boys and girls. Well, first of all, I got to put down my cell activator. Where the heck's it at? Over there. All right, I'm gonna put this cell activator right down through the middle of it. Use quite a bit here, so it makes it easy to get the cap there. You don't need that much, but that's, I don't know, it's just the way I do it. All right, now here's the deal. You take your little piece of paper like our paper towel, and you spray it a few times with a water sprayer on each side. All right. Then you try and lay it down dead center. And you let it go real slow across there. All right, I ain't got nothing but cell activator on this, so I'm gonna use the save one again. If you get any of your paints on it, you wanna wash it off before you go again. Or do another one. It's that one. See, I got some paint on that, so I gotta switch to another one. Hold on. Let's spray it over here. All right. Let's put it in the middle. That's not good. We're gonna go ahead and go across it any darn way. There we go. Didn't mean to drop it in there, but since I did, we'll just continue. You got some more cut up for me, right? Okay. Let's do us another. Get to the center. Don't drop your paper this time. By the way, dropping your paper is a surefire way to know that you are not holding your paper too tightly. If you dropped it, then you have approximately the right grip on it. Because you're not supposed to be just trying to beat it up. You're just barely holding on to it. You're letting it lay in the tip of there and you come across. And I got nothing but house paint, or excuse me, but cell activator on that. So we're gonna go one more time here. All right, set that down. I'm gonna take this one that I have over here that's a different size. And I'm gonna go right through here where it didn't quite catch. I'm gonna go right here one more time. Let's go there, and then we're gonna go real light, real slow across. There. Oh, doggone you, get on there. Another little spot. There we go. I think all the rest of them caught. So now it might be time to go to side 2. How are we gonna do that? We're gonna turn it around because I can't swipe away from me. So once again, the hippy dippy canvas stands come in handy because we don't have to worry about what placement we do because the stands themselves are what is level. So I'm gonna turn that around that way. And I'm gonna wipe my hands off a little bit so I don't drip paint in there because I got a little bit on me. And we're gonna go to side number 2. Give us a little spray here. You don't want your towel soaking, but you want it wet on both sides. If you look at it in the mirror, you don't want to see this. You want to see this. Okay? And again, the accuracy of this camera probably won't let you see nothing that way, but that's what we're going for. Another one. We cut these way smaller. Not to complain, but it's going to be harder to do that way. That's why I handed you that one as an example. These are way thinner. Makes it tougher to do, but we're going to get it done. Right in the middle. Very, very slowly and very, very lightly. Coming across there. I've got a little height difference in my house paint under there. As you can see, it's dropping off the ledge right there. And that's part of what is messing this up. This over here, I'm going to try and see if I can level it out a little bit before I start on this part. Because it really was falling off a ledge there. That's something I'll try. It's falling off the ledge, and that's making it go whoop, and making it go white on the edge. You see that white on the edge? Because I had a deeper amount of house paint or puddle or flow extender or whatever people want to call it. I had more in the center, I think. Look, see how I dropped off that ledge? I had more on the center than I had on the outside edge. Trying a little bit slower. That's a little better. I was also going too fast, obviously. Another one. A lot of people wet these ahead of time. I find that if I wet them ahead of time, they're either too dry or I've made them too wet. One or the other. If they're still wet, then I made them too wet. And if they're not, then it was too dry, you know. So I just do it right as I'm doing it. And that keeps me from having that problem for the most part. See how slow I'm going on that? That's what you got to do, folks.
And that was a perfect swap.
It came really well, it did. I went too fast on this one. That's one of the reasons why we've got what we've got there. And also because it fell off that cliff. But then again, if you're going slow, it's not so big a deal when it falls off that cliff now, is it? What's the difference?
Super slow. Coming off the cliff now. Very, very slow. There we go.
I'm putting on my Bob Ross voice just for y'all.
And maybe you have a little bird over there on your picture. Or maybe your tree has got some blue in the leaves.
For those of y'all that don't know who Bob Ross is, he is the father of a generation of artists. You know, he went on mostly on public TVs where I saw him. And he's just this, he had a 70s afro, you know. I believe he started out in the 70s. I think that's when it was. But a white guy with a 70s afro and a little beard, you know, a little artist style beard. And he did a program on teaching people how to paint in very simple ways. And he just would have these amazingly beautiful pictures, paintings when he got done, and they just made it look like there was nothing to it. And you know, as a little boy, seeing that, I got interested in making paintings. But the really cool thing about him is, you know, you see all this stuff on the internet that says strangely satisfying. Bob Ross was strangely satisfying because he had the most delicate voice when he talked about things. He'd say, you know, he was always telling you what you might have different in your painting, you know, and that's where that comes from.
Maybe in your painting, you've got some little birds over here.
You know, stuff like that. So that's my favorite Bob Ross voice right there. Alrighty, now I'm gonna steal. I got one more swab left over here. Give me another one more. I'm gonna steal a little bit of this out of here. Go back over here. Try to get a little swipe right here. It doesn't quite fall off the edge so bad. There we go. I like that better. How about y'all? I definitely like that better. These are okay, but that one just messed up. And really, the one on the other side is too. I'm gonna go ahead and I got any paint on it. No, that's just got cell activator on it. I'm gonna dip again. And we're gonna go right here. Try this away from me. Not good at it away from me, but we will see. Just go real slow, slow, slow. Oh yeah, I think that's a lot better, don't you guys? Once again, if you like my painting, please hit the like button. Please subscribe, because we need all the support and help we can get. And I really appreciate it. I'm gonna go over this real lightly. Actually, I'm not. I'm not gonna use the flame at all. I'm gonna go over this real lightly with a heat gun. Just because I want to make sure there's no bubbles on it when I stop. Now I'm gonna hold this up high because I don't want to cook my paint, especially not house paint. House paint can catch on fire, and we don't want that. So we're gonna go pretty high. Go across there, just enough to get whatever bubbles is in there. Now you might notice I'm a little freckly in the center now, okay? But it's not too bad. I don't like having a bunch of freckles in my painting, or measles people call it. Those little tiny ones like that, nobody likes that. But all in all, I think it's pretty cool. Now I'm gonna I have a really bad back, guys, so this is going to stink for me. But I'm going to get up and blow on it just a little bit and try and get some more, or less pile and more cells in the middle. Oh, God, that hurts. Pardon my grumpiness, groaniness. Please don't fall off that. Okay. Oops. Almost did it. Did you see that? I almost got my dog tags in it. I don't think that did me a whole lot of good, but I got a little bit of a something right there. I could swipe through the center. What do you think, Cat? Should I swipe one through the center?
Put you some few colors down and swipe that way. No?
I don't want to put colors on it. I'm thinking we just dip in right here and go across.
Okay.
You know? You got a wide one over there? See how wide that is? That's pretty good. We're going to go across the center. It might be the biggest mistake I ever made. You guys are probably on the other end going, no, leave it alone. I know when I watch them, I do the same thing. But I'm thinking that I don't really like the center much, so go straight across the center. Now you notice I went a little faster that time, but the reason I went a little faster is because there's a ton of cell activator there, and it wasn't going to bottom out anywhere. Now I'm going to take my heat gun. Sorry for the cough. I didn't mean to blast your eardrum, folks. And I'm going to take my heat gun and go over the center again. See what I can get. Go a little lower this time.
I got a little bit coming out on the left-hand edge there.
Wide area.
This right here?
No, one down there.
This one. Yeah, I don't think I like that either. I may have to go back over that a little bit.
You know, now that there's less on it, I could almost go over the whole thing again. But I don't really want to do that. So. But I am going to try this little white down here. Didn't come out well, so we'll try that one more time. See what we get. See this, when you're doing these swipes, they're not endlessly forgiving, but they are kind of forgiving in some ways. Because, oh, I need to, wrong one. I need to dunk it in there. Definitely have to dunk it in there on this because I don't want to mess up the center I just did, so I'm going to try and go right at the edge of this. Super slow. Go across that. I think so too. We'll try and go on the one next to it. Is there a bunch of white? There ain't a bunch of white, so it'll be fine. Use the same one this time. Right on the edge.
Okay. I think that's better. I think I can live with the other stuff. I do want to go over this side one more time. The place that didn't turn out right the first time, or the second time, or probably the third time. See what I get here. That's better.
Boy, I tell you what, man, have some bad shoulders and try this one on for size. Whew, I mean, that hurts my shoulder. Okay, I think now we got something going on. All right.
You got some beautiful sails.
And I don't have the cells that I had in the middle anymore, really, but I really dig this whole Grand Canyon wavy thing that's going on in the middle there. All right, guys and gals, bows and boettes, dudes and chicks. This is your hippy dippy painter man signing off. Hey y'all, I just want to make a quick addendum to that one. I made some serious mistakes in that one, and I went ahead and posted this one so you wouldn't make the same mistakes. I put way too much cell activator in between them, which just took over the painting. And when I set out my colors, there was way too big of a gap in the middle of it, and I didn't level out my house paint. So now you know what not to do, because when that dried, the center of it dried looking super thick, and it took away all that pretty pastelness. So what not to do video. See you next time, y'all.